Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Vishkar Paramahamsa Parivartika Acharya Ashtatra Shuddha Shri Srimad Bhagavatam Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. All glories to the Sambhava devotees, all glories to the Sambhava devotees, all glories to the Sambhava devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. So today, Hare Krishna. So today is the appearance of Sita Thakurani. So I thought I'd just read something about her before we start. So this is Sita Thakurani. Sita Thakurani lived in Shantipur, which is right close to Mayapur. It's like a bus ride over there. Well, like 2 hours. Yeah, they have a. I went there. I went there one time. They had like a big festival there. And they feed everyone. Yeah, so they feed everyone there and chant a lot of Hare Krishna. Sita Thakurani lived in Shantipur as the eternal wife of Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu. She was always absorbed in Vatsalya Prem, paternal love, for Sri Gaura Sundar. She was like in the mood of a mother for Lord Chaitanya. Just after Sri Chaitanya's appearance, Sita Thakurani came to Mayapur. She brought a basket full of dresses, ornaments, silken children's clothes, jeweled necklaces, and tiger nails set in gold. To worship the golden baby, she also brought auspicious articles such as fresh grass, turmeric, kumkum, sandalwood. The wonderful name Nimai was given to the Lord by Sita Thakurani. Nimai. In Krishna Leela, Sita Thakurani is Yogamaya, or also Purnamasi. At Krishna's birth ceremony, she gave many instructions about childcare to Nanda and Yashoda. Similarly, in Gaura Leela, Sita Devi would often help Sachimata, Lord Chaitanya's mother, nurture baby Nimai. Sita Devi and Sachimata were of one mind. Their life and soul was Nimai. Because of Sita Devi's pure paternal love, Sachimata often chose her as the first person to worship Nimai Pandit during any auspicious ceremony. Later, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu often came to Shantipur to visit Advaitacharya and Sita Thakurani. They would collect all the neighbors and hold an uproarious festival of Krishna Nam Leela Kirtan, extending late into the night. When Lord Chaitanya moved to Puri, Advaita Prabhu and Sita Devi would regularly visit him. Sita would cook Mahaprabhu's favorite foods and offer lunch to the Lord. Sita Devi loved Lord Chaitanya as a son, and he loved her as his mother. Alright, Sita Thakurani ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimadbhagavatam, Canto 4, entitled Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 6, Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. We're on text 40. What happened to Dravida Prabhu? It's gone. Satu palabhyagatam atmayonim surashar abhivanditangrihi Uttaya chakre shirasabhivandanam Arhatama kasya yataiva vishnuhu Satupalabhyagatam atmayonim Surashar abhivanditangrihi Uttaya chakre shirasabhivandanam Arhatama kasya yataiva vishnuhu Satupalabhyagatam atmayonim Surashar abhivanditangrihi Uttaya chakre shirasabhivandanam Arhatama kasya yataiva vishnuhu Saha, Lord Shiva, to but Upalabhya seen, Agatam had arrived, Atmayonim, Lord Brahma, Sura Asura Ishahi, by the best of the demigods and demons, Abhivandita Angrihi, whose feet are worshipped, Uttaya, standing up, Chakre, made, Shirasa, with his head, Abhivandanam, respectful, Arhatamaha, Vamanadev, Kasya, of Kashyapa, Yata Eva, just as, Vishnu. Vishnu. Translation. Lord Shiva's lotus feet were worshipped by both the demigods and demons, but still, in spite of his exalted position, as soon as he saw that Lord Brahma was there among all the other demigods, he immediately stood up and offered him respect by bowing down and touching his lotus feet, just as Vamanadeva offered his respectful obeisances to Kashyapa Muni. Purport. Kashyapa Muni was in the category of the living entities, but he had a transcendental son, Vamanadeva, who was an incarnation of Vishnu. Thus, although Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he offered his respects to Kashyapa Muni. Similarly, when Lord Krishna was a child, he used to offer his respectful obeisances to his mother and father, Nanda and Yashoda. Also, at the Battle of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna touched the feet of Maharaj Yudhishthira, because the king was his elder. It appears, then, that the personality of Godhead, Lord Shiva, and other devotees, in spite of their being situated in exalted positions, instructed by practical example how to offer obeisances to their superiors. Lord Shiva offered his respectful obeisances to Brahma because Brahma was his father, just as Kashyapa Muni was the father of Vamanadeva. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitamaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Kam Karitavachavam Pangam Langaite Girim Yakripatamaham Vande Shri Gurun Diditanam Vancha Kapliribhishcha Kipasundabhavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll read the translation again. Lord Shiva's lotus feet were worshipped by both the demigods and demons, but still, in spite of his exalted position, as soon as he saw that Lord Brahma was there among all the other demigods, he immediately stood up and offered him respect by bowing down and touching his lotus feet, just as Vamanadeva offered respectful obeisances to Kashyapa Muni. So, in any civilized or cultured or spiritual group of people, there's this idea of respect, and specifically respect for life in general, and respect actually of everything. They respect things, they respect people, they respect animals, they respect the whole creation, in the sense that they don't abuse anything or anyone. So yeah, we see that in the cultured, civilized groups of individuals, that is very much existing. This idea of respect, and it is praised by these individuals. It is taught to people in general by these individuals, and it is very much important, within their lives. And on the opposite, the more one falls into mundane existence or materialistic existence, the more one loses this sense of respect for people, for things, for the creation. They just lose it completely. And it just becomes non-existent in their lives. So yeah, that's actually very interesting, because the fact is they don't really know themselves, people. So because they don't know themselves, how can they respect themselves? And if they don't respect themselves, how can they respect anybody or anything? A very hard time doing that. So here it's mentioning that Lord Shiva, he's such an exalted personality in the universe, in the whole creation. He's such an important, respectable personality, exalted. But when his father came in, Lord Brahma, he didn't just sit there and say, "Oh, hey, whatever," in modern parlance, "Hey, what's up?" And if you want something to eat, just go to the refrigerator, or whatever. Modern terms. He stood up, very respectfully, and he looked at him, and then he offered his obeisances. Physically, he bowed down because it was his father. Prabhupada, when he first started making disciples, Srila Prabhupada, founder of the Hare Krishna movement, when he started making disciples, he had this disciple. These two disciples are actually brothers, Brahmananda and Gargamuni. So Brahmananda, left the world a few years ago, but Gargamuni is still around. So, anyways, this was in the late '60s. So what happened is Brahmananda joined the temple in New York, and then his mother heard about it. So she got completely freaked out by it. Her son, dressed like this and shaved head and just like became some type of monk. She just didn't want that. So she sent her son, Gargamuni, his name was Greg or something, down to check on his brother, Bruce, to try to get him back, bring him back home. So then Greg was checking on his brother Bruce, and Greg started to like it. He liked the food, he liked the people, he liked the music. So then he also joined, So Prabhupada initiated them both. They became formal disciples, Brahmananda and Gargamuni. So then at one point their mother came. I think it was to Brahmananda's initiation or something, but whatever it was, Prabhupada told Brahmananda, he said, "Oh, your mother's here, bow down," So Brahmananda bowed down, to his mother. I don't know if she understood that or liked that, but anyways. So yeah, Shiva, he stood up and offered his respects to his father. But really, anybody who has, who's situated in knowledge, who's situated in, not even in transcendence, just in knowledge, they won't just respect superior, but they'll respect a junior, a equal. They respect everybody. And Lord Chaitanya thought this was so important because, sometimes the tendency is, well, people may think, some people, somewhere, I'm sure, may think, oh, well, isn't this whole idea of respect, isn't just this a mundane kind of moral, we're just teaching the basic morals of life. But Lord Chaitanya thought this was so important, this idea of respect, that he put it in his 8 instructions, which were his only instructions, practically speaking, written. Of course, he instructed Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, but these 8 instructions are known as the instructions that Lord Chaitanya left. And what did he say there, right? He said, Trinadapi, Sunichena, Torodapi, Suhishana, Manina, Manidena, Kirtani, Sadahari. So, offer all respects to others, respect, right? There it is, the word respect. Offer all respects to others and expect no respect in return. And, be as humble as a blade of grass and as tall as a tree. And in this way you could chant the holy names of Krishna. And be successful in doing it. So, yeah, if people, because sometimes people wonder that, people want all these types of secrets, right? They read all these japa books, and, I'm going to whatever book. And there's nothing wrong with japa books, are good. Borijan Prabhu has a book. So many devotees have books. This Swami, that Swami have books. And japa, chanting on the beads, japa, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So devotees want to know, secrets and this and that, how to enter into the glorious ecstasy of experiencing the true holy name in its full potency, right? All devotees want that. So, but until somebody doesn't understand this idea, what Lord Chaitanya is saying, he's actually explaining in that Shikshashtaka, and specifically that Trinada Pisuni Trinada verse, he's explaining how to enter into how to enter into the real experience of experiencing the holy name. And therefore he's saying respect. Respect everybody. That's one thing. Be tolerant and humble and all that. And then we have we could actually experience something. Or else we can't. We may read so many japa books, right? Danudar Swami's japa book, Borijan Prabhu's japa book, Satchidananda's Swami's japa book, Mahanidhi Swami's japa book. We may read thousands of books, millions of books, for millions of years. But until we work on these particular qualities that Lord Chaitanya is saying, then nothing's happening really. Not much progress. We just become, as Prabhupada said one time, readers of books. But where's the quality? So nowadays we see that people, because they've fallen down in materialistic consciousness, the women don't respect the men don't respect the women, the people don't respect the children, right? And in this way, no one's really respecting anyone. In other words, it's a bit of abuse, a lot of abuse going on. And they're also not respecting themselves. So yeah, Lord Shiva is teaching this, that whatever position one's in, that they always respect their superiors. Now, maybe someone could look up on their dictionary, on your book form. You got a book dictionary on you? No, just an electronic dictionary. Superior. Maybe you could look up superior. Higher in rank, status, or quality. Well, we just look at it this way, that when you go to the university, a university, so there's a sense that, okay, I'm going here to learn something from this person because this person knows something that I do not know. And in that sense, they're superior to me. In what way? In the way that they know something I don't know. In other words, they have more knowledge than me. So they're superior. So one may be superior in age. That's the easiest to see, right? Oh, that person's older or old. So they're superior, in age. Or one may be superior in knowledge. Okay, that person, he's read so many books, he knows so many, facts and figures, right? So they're superior in knowledge. Of course, this is theoretical knowledge, but still you're superior. And then they're superior in purity, right? The person's more pure, spiritually pure than me. And also there's position. There's certain positions, right? Someone's, So these are all realities in which, they're existing. So yeah, the idea is to recognize those and to respect, certain personalities. But again, the quote unquote the superiors or the seniors, they also have to respect their equals, have to respect their juniors, like that. It's not that they become arrogant, like a big professor or something. He's very arrogant and he's abusive to his students. Maybe like one devotee was telling me last night he was telling me that Bhakti Bob, he was telling me that his grandson's a very intelligent guy, like very sharp, and he's about 9 years old. But he's way more advanced than everyone practically in his class, because his intelligence is very sharp. So they're actually going to knock him up a grade. But what he's doing in classes, is he's mocking the other students. You know, like we'll go up and ask him a question. Hey, what's I don't know, 30 times 52 or something, whatever. You know, say something, and you know he stumps all of them. And then he mocks them, what type of, like that. And he said that all the teachers are getting upset with him, They're moving him from class to class, and now they're just going to bump him up a grade. So in this way, he's superior, it's true. He knows math better. But he's mocking everybody about it, Like if I go up to, Bhakti Zak and say, hey, Bhakti Zak, what's Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 2? And then Zach says, he's got a stupefied look on his face. And says, what type of monk are you? You don't even know chapter, 9, text 2? Like, what have you been doing with your, self, So, and I just mock him, make him look like a fool or something. So, that's called, the superior, the one in superior knowledge is, abusing somebody who has less. That's not good. So yeah, that the mutual, you could say, love or the mutual affection, the mutual respect has to be shared between all categories of people. And this way it goes on nicely. So of course, when it comes down to it, most people, they want, affection or respect or appreciation. In some ways that's natural, right? You don't want, every time you walk into the temple, everybody just gives you this, look like, oh, this guy's just complete nonsense. They shake their head, or every time you go. Every time you go over to your friend's house, the group of friends' house, you walk in and then they throw eggs at you or something, So, but you want people to respect, to appreciate you, for what you've done, what you're doing, who you are, which is quite natural. So, I was just spending some time with my spiritual teacher, His Holiness Giraj Swami there in Houston, and I was just seeing how he was dealing with people and how people were dealing with him, and yeah, he was, you could say, drawing out of people this affection, this love, affection, appreciation. And why is that? Because he actually cares for people, and people see that, and then they reciprocate. And his contribution, of course, to what he's done with his life. But we see that also in the case, of course, not making comparison, but in the case of Srila Prabhupada, that, he had young men and women join the Hare Krishna movement, and Prabhupada would just ask people. He'd have a globe. Sorry to say it's globe. The two men aren't here who are in. Maybe he's listening, Janardhan, or other. Anyways, there was a globe on his desk. So, and the flat Earth people. I was saying there's a globe on Prabhupada's desk. Anyways, just joking. But there's a globe on his desk, and then Prabhupada would spin it around. Uh-oh, he's coming down to challenge it. I'm just joking. No, there's a globe on his desk, and Prabhupada would spin it around, right? And as Govinda Das, he said in that Prabhupada movie, he said, all right, whatever, Madhudvisha, you go to Australia, and, Brahmanandi, and then she said how Prabhupada said Japan, you go to Japan, So Prabhupada would do that. He would just, he would ask devotees to go different places. Just, spin the globe, and you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. And they actually did it. They went there, and there's so many books and so many stories how they went there, didn't have anything, and then they built up temples and this and that. And very wonderful. So, but if they didn't have any love and affection for Prabhupada, they're just like, okay, you're out. I'm not going to go there. Like, I don't have any money. I don't have any contacts there. I don't know the language. Shivananda is from Canada. He went to Germany, and he didn't even know the language. Because I read in his book that he'd be given a Sunday feast talk in broken German, very little German he knew. And he said, and the devotees who were remembering him giving the talk, they were saying, "Oh, well, he was a very sincere, enthusiastic, happy person, but we had no idea what he was saying." Like, we had no idea what he was talking about. But, they were nice, and we liked the chanting, so we just kind of... So he just kind of got up there and just started, saying so. So they could say, I don't know the language, I don't have any contacts, I don't have any money, I'm not going. I'm going to stay here in, Southern California where the weather's nice, and, or I'm going to stay in America where I have my comforts. But they just did it because they had that affection, that love, that appreciation for Prabhupada. So, so what I'm saying is that if we want, this appreciation, then we have to also give. We have to give that appreciation. We have to give that affection if we want it. People will say, "Oh, well, no one respects me, and no one loves me, and this and that." And so the answer would be like, "Okay, well, maybe you're doing something that's that people aren't happy with. Maybe you should change your behavior, and then people may, like you more." So, yeah. So yeah, we should, be situated in knowledge, which an aspect of knowledge, right? The Bhagavad Gita verse, Trivita Prabhu, is the beginning is, right? The beginning of knowledge, what is it? Yeah, and that means pridelessness, right? So like respect, pridelessness. This is aspects of being situated in knowledge. So, so yeah, we should be situated in knowledge, and that we're able to respect everybody, even if people, in some ways, are not respectable, because there are such people in the world. They just may not be, very respectable in some fashions. Just like I was on the plane last night, and then I was sitting by this woman, and I was a little surprised actually, because I was sitting there and I was like, I look over, and then she had this bag, and all of a sudden I'm like sitting there, and then I look over, and then I see a dog there, like just kind of like, dog just kind of came out of the bag, because she had the bag zipped up, and then the dog came out. I was a little, of course we don't have any problems with dogs, but I was a little surprised, but yeah, but from a, you could say, cleanliness perspective, from, Brahminical cleanliness, whatever, traditional perspective, yes, it's understood that dogs aren't so clean, for so many reasons. So yeah, the dog, kind of, and then whatever she was eating some whatever she was eating, some meat from some fast food place she got before she got on the plane. So in my mind I could be thinking, oh, this person is, not respecting this person. But even if someone's, in some ways maybe not, respectable, still we should respect them. I wasn't thinking, oh, this low life person or anything. I was, trying to be respectful. So whether people are respectable or not, we should respect them and respect everybody. And in this way we could actually accomplish what we're trying to do, which the process for this age is not, hatha yoga, it's not, pranayama, it's not this, that, so many different spiritual processes. The process is Harinama, Harinama, Harinama Eva Kevalam, chanting the holy names. That's the process for this age. So in order to enter into that, we have to work on this quality that Lord Shiva is very nicely demonstrating here, this respect. Not just for respectable people, but for everyone. He gives example too. He's being respectful and merciful to who? The ghosts, the goblins, so many people. So does anyone have any? Yes, Hasagrami. Yeah, we're making our way up. Hopefully.
Like everyone's in the back, so you kind of need the mic, but here I'm like 2 feet in front of you. So I guess the online people can hear. There are online people. Yeah. I've been an online person, so I understand.
Yeah, there's a huge gap between the speaker and the audience.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, question I had was, you mentioned in your class, like I think twice, this idea of self-respect, and you had said, unless you kind of respect yourself, then how are you going to respect other people and things? So I wonder if you could elaborate a little bit on that.
Okay. So yeah, as we know, there's all different types of conceptions of self. Some people probably hardly even think about it. They just think, all right, here I am, and I got senses, and they got urges, and my mind is, convinced that this is, what I should be doing, and everybody's telling me, all the commercials on the radio and the TV, I should just gratify my senses, and that's it, right? But if somebody's more thoughtful, they'll think, okay, who am I? And even these people, they have some idea of who they are. They think they're the body, so they, pamper the body, take care of the body in so many ways. And they think they're respecting themselves. So this idea of self-respect, if we don't learn how to respect ourselves, and how can we respect others, means that means we won't really be able to, if we're not seeing ourselves as spiritual, beings. And what does it mean to see yourself as a spiritual being? Is that we understand that we need that we have spiritual needs, and we're actually fulfilling those spiritual needs. Means we're chanting Hare Krishna, we're worshiping Krishna, we're engaging in spiritual life. So that means we have some sense that I am a spiritual being and I have spiritual needs, like that. So if we don't see that within ourselves, that need, the spiritual need, and act on it, then how can we respect anybody as spiritual entities? We can't. Because if we're not working on seeing ourselves as spiritual entities, then how can we see anybody else? If we think we're the body, then we're definitely going to think everybody else is the body. We're going to think, I'm American, and this person's German, this person's Indian, and this person's this person's that, and that's a difference, and therefore because they're not me, I don't like them, and whatever. All this type of huge, it's actually completely worldwide racism, worldwide. You go to a particular country and they don't like you. Why? Because you're American. But are all Americans the same? You could say there's a generalization, but no, obviously not. And even if they are not respectable, you should still respect them on some level, at least. So yeah, we have to see ourselves as spiritual beings and act on that, and then we could see others. Just like, right, it says in the Bhagavad Gita, the Brahman, right, sees the cow, the dog eater, everyone with equal vision. So until we develop that spiritual vision, we'll have a hard time actually respecting people, because we'll be forced into the bodily concept of life. and that creates, you could say, walls and envy and hate and all these different types of things. So, yeah.
I just wanted to make a comment about what you're saying. You said we should respect even those who may not be so respectable.
Yeah, a little more.
Oh. So you were saying that we should show respect to those who may not be in the most respectable position. And I was reading Bhagavatam, and I don't want to say this caught me by surprise, but it was something that I thought was very beautiful. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he was entering Dwarka, it said that he greeted and exchanged smiles and loving words and embraces with each and every person who had come to greet him, and even the prostitutes. So that just goes to show, like, God shows so much respect and reciprocation with these people who may be in not so respectful situations. But yeah, anyways, that was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Krishna. It's true. Krishna did that. Krishna, when the prostitutes were coming, Krishna was respectful and reciprocated. By they were looking at Krishna. Krishna's smiling at them, and then also here in the purport says that Krishna he offered obeisances to Maharaj Yudhishthir and touched his feet at the Rajasuya sacrifice. He was washing everybody's feet, when they came in. So yeah, even God is doing it. So.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It's amazing how just for any organization or even just like relationship to exist, there has to be respect is foundational. Of course, if you're working, you have to have respect for the management or the boss, the superior. Or if you're part of a team, you have to have respect for the coach, the trainer. And I was thinking that it's quite beautiful how within our society, or within a spiritual organization, it's like it's simultaneously vertical and horizontal, being that we have respect for the superior, and yet at the same time, if everyone's thinking that they're the humble servant of the servant of the servant, then the superior is thinking, oh, I'm lower than this person, or and in that sense it's kind of like unequal footing. But if everyone's thinking like that, it's kind of like a reverse type of deal.
Yeah, I think Prabhu gives example that the sadhu, the holy, whatever, the monk, holy person, saintly person comes to town, and all the people of the town, he's such a great person, this and that, and we need to help him, serve him, cook, take care of him, this and that. So they're thinking like that, this person's, and so in this way they have a humble mood, and then the saintly person saying, I'm not, I don't deserve this and that, but because it's out of duty, then I'll accept it, because I'm, like a leader, I'll accept it, and in this way they both have the nice mood, so, yeah. All right, so tomorrow is 41. Text 41. Grantaraj srimadbhagavatam ki jai. You got a new shirt, right?